These bayous, or small rivers, flow through a rich and level country and are navigable throughout a considerable part of the year. The whole of the land along the right or west bank of the river as far up as the state extends, and to where the Ohio River joins it at Cairo, a distance of 900 miles, is flat alluvial land, and is below the level of the river when in flood at certain seasons of the year, and, before the country was settled, was overflowed when the river rose. To prevent this overflow, high embankments called levees have been formed all along the banks, which have to be kept in good repair and strictly watched when the river is high. Sometimes breaks take place which cause immense damage. On the left, or east bank, this low alluvial land extends only about 260 miles from its mouth, where the high, undulating land begins. These flat lands are nearly level, but have a slight slope falling away from the river on either side, the drainage leading away from the river and falling into various creeks and bayous leading to the Gulf of Mexico. The lower part of the Mississippi River, for about 250 miles from its mouth, may thus be said to form an immense aqueduct flowing along the crest of a ridge. These lowlands, or bottoms as they are called, being entirely formed by the deposit from the overflow of the river, are very fertile and well adapted for the growth of sugarcane, and in 1860, all along the river, as far as this low land extends on the east side, and as far as Red River on the west, the sugar plantations extended. The high undulating lands produced cotton in abundance, Indian corn, sweet and common potatoes, with fruit, vegetables, and livestock in abundance. But the great staple products of the state were sugar and cotton. The state also has abundance of fine timber, on the lowlands there being enormous swamps heavily timbered with fine cypress, while much of the high and poorer lands are covered with excellent pitch pine, oak, ash, poplar, and other timber. The climate is hot, though not more so than New York and the other northern states in summer, but here the summer is longer and there is very little cold weather. In winter, the frosts are slight, and snow is very rare in the southern part of the state. There is a pretty fair supply of rain, though most of it falls in July and August, and in December and January. The climate is, on the whole, healthy, although in the swampy districts there is a good deal of chills and fever, but these are not of a serious nature. New Orleans has the name of being a most unhealthy city, but this is on account of its being visited sometimes by that fearful scourge, the yellow fever. This disease is not supposed to be indigenous to the place, but is imported from the West Indies or Mexico. It generally appears in July and continues to the end of September, when the first slight frost puts an end to the epidemic. But it also too often proves fatal to anyone afflicted with it when the frost appears. Its ravages are confined to New Orleans and the towns along the river, and it never extends into the country, and seldom to any of the towns back from the river. It is only in occasional years that the district is visited by this epidemic, which can be kept out by a strict quarantine. At all other times the city is very healthy, and the mortality much less than might be supposed from the low-lying situation and its seeming insanitary position and surroundings.